All right, guys, just landed in Portland, Oregon. My boy Milo came to join us. Also got himself a little toy over the weekend. Not a big deal. He's full vintage today. Los, can't wait to experience this with you.
We're here to celebrate your success.
Tell us a little bit about your new Porsche.
What's new to me, but I think vintage is the way to go. So we've got the vintage 1968 single red Submariner and a soon-to-be vintage Porsche Turbo with the Aero kit from 2002. But today's really all about Edmund, getting that Skydweller. He's got the subs, he's got the GNT, he's got the Daytona, and now, to complete the collection, his first Skydweller.
Let's go.
I can't see a damn thing if they guap. I can't see a damn thing if they guap. Yeah, they like Stevie, they can't see me, they won't beat me. I'm in that guinea, looks like zucchini.
Hey guys, happy Super Solar Monday. I wanted to give all of you some value today. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what led up to buying my first Skydweller today. 10 years ago, I had a beautiful Bulova on my wrist. I had just upgraded from a Citizen and I was so excited. It was all diamond out and I was excited to show it to my best friend Milo. And Milo simply shared with me in French that I was wearing foil. And I got upset. We definitely had a little altercation and he said, Edmund, listen to me. I want you to take that watch to your local pawn shop right now and see what they give you for it. And so with that, I want to give you guys some of the same value I got back then, and hopefully it doesn't upset you. It comes from a place of love. And you know, back then I didn't have money for even a stainless steel sub. You know, Milo bought this watch 12 years ago for under $10,000. It's worth upwards of $40,000 today. You know, some of them even go for 80. And if you pay attention, you could find yourself potentially taking advantage of this information to make some better decisions. So with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Milo. Give us kind of an explanation of what constitutes as foil and a real timepiece.
Well, first of all, it all comes from wanting to protect the hard work that Edmund has put in to be able to make this money in the first place. And I don't want to see him throwing his money away. Really simply, if you've got a watch for $250 or below and it makes you happy, that's fine. $250 is nothing. But once you start talking about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, that's where I get scared, because I know that right now in 2021, $6,000 doesn't get you a timepiece. You're throwing your money away. You're paying for marketing, you're paying for Brad Pitt's photo on a billboard, you're paying for it to say Gucci, and if you go into that pawn shop, they're gonna give you maybe, if you're lucky, 10% of what you spent. And I'd be shocked if that was even the case.
So that's what Milo means by foil.
The watch world is very interesting. Really simply put, if it's a $250 watch and below and it makes you happy, go buy it. It makes you happy, it's great, that's all that matters. But once you start getting into higher priced watches, you need to be really careful. When you're spending $2,000, $3,000 on a watch, that's foil. It's a $30 Chinese electric movement, and it's not an automatic movement, and you're throwing your money away. So the other option then is we've got to bump up our timeline, bump up our price point, bump up our education, and get into what I would consider an investment that you can wear on your wrist, you can appreciate, that makes you happy, creates friendships. You get to meet other people, talk about a mutual hobby, but it's something that's not going to go poof and disappear overnight. And in 2021, really simply, it means you need to be with 3 different brands, the Holy Trinity. You've got Rolex, Patek Philippe, and Audemars Piguet, and it means you have to start at about the $10,000 price point. The great thing about that price point is it is still accessible. The tough thing about that price point is you need to have the relationships to even be able to go buy these things. You walk into any Rolex store in the world, you walk into any Audemars Piguet store in the world, you walk into any Patek Philippe store in the world, and you want one of their watches, they're gonna laugh you out of the store. There's too much demand and not enough supply, and everybody is piling into this asset class. And fortunately, Edmund started listening to my preaching about this 6 years ago, and we've been able to slowly but surely accumulate these friendships, which give you the honor of getting a phone call from our local Rolex store, which is one of the largest Rolex dealers on the West Coast. and be able to come in and purchase this beautiful timepiece, not in the secondary value, which would be $55,000, but brand new for 40, which means you're already in the money. Not only do you get to experience getting something brand new, not only do you get to experience looking at something this beautiful, but you're in the money. And that protects your investment and allows you to be liquid. You know, unlike a car, unlike a house, all right, there aren't any taxes on this. It's not hard to move around the world with it. You can show up with your box and papers and get money right then and there. If you're into firearms, cars, planes, homes, all of that stuff, it's not as liquid. We can make a phone call today and liquidate this into usable cash, and you can enjoy it in the meantime. So you were able to get the phone call, fly in. This is what, your third phone call in about 4 months?
Yep.
Tell them a little bit about your experience of what it's like now and what it took for you to build these relationships.
Yeah, it's the same, you know, the same thing that is what helps you break through to the other side and actually make the money. It's the same thing that's gonna help you, you know, spend it and invest it in the right places. And it's all about relationships, guys. You know, this time last year I was driving 2 hours to my first appointment. I would be on the road all day for the next 12, 13, 14 hours, you know, working the business, enjoying the process, enjoying the journey, and never once looking at my commission. Okay, a true professional knows it's all about the relationship. Today, not only did I buy this watch, but I also got a present, a pretty large one actually, that you can't buy. And it was an incredible experience. It was reciprocity. I forgot about this because my philosophy is you have to give without expecting anything in return. But I had made a little gift of cigars, and I got something in return on top of the phone call, which I appreciate a lot. So develop those relationships out there, guys. It's everything. You know, we're young, we're really young, and to be able to skip a few steps on that list is everything these days. Shopping continues. So this is just the truth, but if you're standing in line at LV, you probably shouldn't be shopping there. Check out Bottega real quick. What you know about these LV shopping sprees, though? Just call it a little retail therapy. Really not a shopping spree.